We're here, Super Bowl week, Radio Row, Super Bowl 57. It is the Eagles and the Chiefs on Sunday. I'm here with Adoree Jackson, cornerback from the New York Giants. And Adoree, I'm sure you'd rather be playing on Sunday than here. But you did get a chance to see the Eagles a couple times this season and in the playoffs. What do you think New York needs to do to take that next step, to be in that tier of teams that, okay, we're a Super Bowl team now?
Just understand that feeling that we had losing those games and not being satisfied with the result of just making it to the playoffs. I think seeing this, experiencing this, and getting ready to work. I think what we need to do is, get our minds fresh, get our bodies fresh, and when it's time to get back to work, just attack the day because everything starts off 0-0 and everybody's on a clean slate and just be ready to work.
Coach Daboll brought a new energy to this team. All the players have talked about it. There's a different vibe in the city about it. When did you notice, okay, this is a different thing?
And it might be cliche, but when we came in for OTAs, obviously when he signed with the team, I met him, talked to him, it was cool. He FaceTimed me. He's a real good, genuine dude. So it's like, is this how he really is? And then actually meeting him, and that's just him as a person. I think him being himself, not changing, letting us be ourselves, and to be able to come together and play as one, man, I think that was a breath of fresh air that we needed.
When you were at USC, you got a little run on offense. You had some injuries at receiver in New York this year. Did you ever pull coach aside and say, hey, maybe a jet sweep, maybe a receiver screen? Like, come on, I can do it.
Nah, we joke about it all the time. And he got year one under his belt. We're going to joke again about it, try to get something under there. I did it.
Less of a joke this year, maybe?
Nah, it's a joke, but it's serious. Some jokes that sound like it's personal. But yeah, we're going to joke about it, try to figure something out. But we got a lot of great weapons over there. They got a great scheme, man. And at the end of the day, I don't really want to take nothing from anybody else on that other side of the ball, man, because they all deserve to get that playing time and get that play. Because you never know, the play I could have been somebody else playing. They could have done something great. So I'm all for playing it, but I do want to see those guys over there thrive.
Wink Martindale is one of those guys that it seems like every defensive player wants to play for a coach like that because he trusts you to just play and play fast and play downhill and be attacking the way that you dictate terms to the offense, not the other way around. As a player, how does that change your mindset versus like, okay, we're gonna play cover 3 all game or whatever it is?
We knew that's what it was. At the end of the day, sometimes if you don't play nothing but zone, you play man, you be like, okay, I got to lock in. For us, it's damn near man every time we're out there. So it's like, we already locked in. And it starts in OTAs. It starts, in camp and getting those reps and getting ready, getting mentally strong and getting prepared for what the season may hold and may be. And, we appreciate, playing in the defense like that.
You've had some time now in the NFL, but how do you animate yourself in the offseason to go, okay, I need a break, but then say, okay, it's time to get back to work. Like, what do you get excited about getting back to work and doing?
Listening to my body. That's one of the things that I try to do the most. And, my mom always tells me sometimes I overpush myself. And sometimes she say, you just need to listen to your body and take a break. And, that's what I'm doing. And then it's going to be a moment. I don't know when it's going to be or how it's going to be. It's always one of those moments where it clicks like, all right, now it's time to get back to work. So just waiting on that moment. But right now, just being present, enjoying what I have, and enjoying life.
Are you still able to add things to your game, polish things? I know you're always working on your craft, but are you able to take an off season and go, okay, I really want to work on this thing or these couple things?
No, for sure. I feel like every offseason or even before you go into the season, you should talk to your coaches and ask them what can you improve on, what do you do well. Obviously you want to keep that sharp, but what can you improve on and what can you do better? And when they give you that knowledge, you only go one or two ways. You either ignore it or you attack it and try to get better at it. And I feel like it's always something I can improve on, and when that time comes in the offseason, really working on that and just trying to be a better player than I was last year.
I asked Cam Smith this. South Carolina corner is probably going to be a first-round pick in the draft this year. But when you line up across a receiver, what is the one trait where when you see it on film, you go, okay, it's going to be a long week of preparation, and then the game is going to be like that?
I feel like that's every. I feel like when the game
is it route running. Like, what is the one thing where you're like, okay, this guy's going to be a problem this week?
Shit, when the game in, you got to get ready for the next opponent. I treat them all the same. Really, like don't really want to take nobody lightly because everybody in this league at any moment can go crazy. I mean, take for instance Isaiah Hodgins for us. You know,
right.
when he was at Buffalo, didn't get, you know, whatever it may be. He comes here, go crazy, and then now it's like, oh, you might not know who he was, but now you do. And I try to treat every opponent like that. Like, I don't know what they may be capable of, but I don't want whatever they're capable of to happen on me. So I try to treat them all the same and go out there and just try to display myself and compete.
Are you a goal setter? Are you someone who goes, you know, I want to, you know, play every game. I want to get X number of interceptions. Like, do you set those kinds of goals for yourself?
I do. I set those goals, but at the same time, you know, I set them and then just try to figure out how to work to get them. The last goal, my favorite goal that I set, I remember when I was at SC. I just get off from running at the Olympic trials. I go to my coaches and say, yeah, I'm going to win the Thorpe. And I just left it at that. They looked at me, thought I was playing. I said, no, I'm going to win the Thorpe this year. And just left it at that. And then every day I just worked. How can I win the Thorpe? Like, I didn't tell them, oh, I'm going to get this many picks. I'm going to do this. I'm going to do that. Just played my game, trusted it, and believed in myself. And then that year, the Lord just, you know, had his hand over me and had 6 interceptions, did some other things on offense, and ended up winning the Thorpe, man. It's just a crazy thing when you put your mind to it and understand that the tongue is very powerful and that it can direct you in ways that you can't imagine.
Last thing, we had a crazy week in the NBA. Trade deadline was wild, and there was actually some moves at the NFL trade deadline the last couple of years too that have been really important. Would you like to see the NFL have some of like these crazy weeks and players be able to go all over the place, or do you like the way it is?
I think we kind of did. This last offseason, you see Devontae Adams go to Vegas. You've seen Tyreek Hill go to Miami. So you get a sense of that, different people going here and there. James Bradbury goes to the Eagles. So I feel like we have it, and it's just not as crazy as basketball.
It sounds to me after the Thorpe story that you need to tell the Giants we're going to win the Super Bowl this year, and then you just manifest it, and then there it is.
That's all you got to do. Manifest it, leave it up to God, and put in the work, and you won't be surprised, but you'll be amazed of the things that you thought you would do. He'll exceed those.